Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. And what you see behind me are some of the, I don't know, few hundred books I have around this place on Buddhism, Zen, Zen and Buddhism, Buddhist history, Buddhist philosophy, Zen philosophy, you name it. I've got a book on it. And I've read most of them too. And in the eyes of some folks in the Zen world, especially some folks who seem to hang around blogs on the internet, this disqualifies me from having anything to say about Zen and Buddhism, because I've actually read something about it, studied something about it. You see, our way is a way beyond words and letters. Burn the scriptures, tear up the books. All we need is a moment of enlightenment, and it's all clear, all is revealed. I'm here to tell you something. Come close. Baloney! It's not only me saying it's baloney. Most Zen teachers throughout the centuries have said it's baloney. Oh, sure, we are a way beyond words and letters. But what does that mean? Most of the guys who tore up the Zen books, or the Buddhist books, the philosophy books, had spent decades studying them. They were at the point that then they could do without. Even Chinul, I was reading in one of the books back here, Chinul, the great Korean master, said, oh sure, there are people in this life who, in a moment of enlightenment, have it all revealed, do not need to study. But you know why, said Chinul? Because they'd studied in past lives. You see, you couldn't even get away from it then. The study, the understanding of the Buddhist teachings, Buddhist perspectives, Buddhist insight is vital to this path. You see, Zazen is, shall we say, formless, nebulous. It includes everything. It's like clay. It's like a cloud. If you don't give it some gentle hand, some direction to form that clay, it just sits there. But if you do take the right view, the Buddhist teachings, Buddhist understanding, Buddhist perspectives, that clay becomes a beautiful vessel that holds all things. This Zazen practice comes to life. So, when the Zen teachers were saying a way beyond words and letters, they had a very specific meaning to that. Don't get tangled in the words and letters. Don't be just an armchair philosopher. Get on the zafu and bring this to life. See through the words and letters. See through the philosophy. A lot of it is just words, mountains of words, tangles of words, and we can throw it away. But do not lose the heart of the teachings. These teachings are vital. It's what I'm trying to talk about here most days on this Buddha Basics series. Everything from the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, what we're talking about today. Things we're going to talk about, dependent co-origination, the idea that there is no permanent self. All this is vital. So there are a couple of groups I have to say that I really want to speak to here. One is the one I mentioned, that think that you don't need to read all these books. Well, you don't need to read all these books, but you do need to know something about what the Buddha and all these Zen masters, most of them highly educated, don't believe this story about the sixth patriarch and he was illiterate. Somehow he suddenly he became a very educated man later when he in his writings. These people overall were very studied, very educated people in the Buddhist teachings which they brought to life. So don't fall into the burn all the books faction. On the other hand, do not be just a armchair philosopher of Buddhism. Get on the zafu. Bring it to life. Otherwise, I'm here to tell you something. It's a lot like reading books and debating about swimming without jumping in the pool. You gotta get in there, move your arms around, make some splashes. That is how you truly understand what it means to swim, not by reading a manual, not by reading someone else's description, but doing it yourself. I'm kind of turning into the grumpy old guy here, sitting complaining. But there's one more group I want to tell you kids. And actually, I don't have that big a problem with this group as much as the other two. These are the folks who just meditate to relax. A bit of peace, take it easy. They're not into all the deep philosophy. Well, that's, I guess, fine. But I'm here to tell you something. You don't know what you're missing. These teachings about the self, about how we create a virtual experience of this world, about who we truly are, about seeing through life and death. It's a treasure chest. It's what it's all about. If you want to relax, I have nothing against it. But the beauty of these teachings. Go deep. Go profound. There's a payoff. Okay. Enough about me talking about Buddhism today. Let's actually sit. The Buddha spoke about right view, understanding these Buddhist teachings, but the real right view comes not only from these books, but what we're about to do.